Hey there, good morning everybody. It's your buddy Choppadong, and this is your DFS Minute, brought to you by the one, the only DFSArmy.com, where you get all your tools, all your coaching, all your content, everything unlocked for one price. All sports. Use promo code CHOP, C-H-O-P, trigger that 20% off discount each and every month. Link is in the description down below. And get in here and start getting your questions answered, because I get asked these questions a lot. And the DFS Minute today is going to be covering cash games, contest selection a little bit, kind of what's the difference between head-to-heads and 50-50s, and which ones should I be playing. I want to answer the question because it's hard to type it out in our forum, so I just figured I'd answer it for everybody. And first thing you need to know kind of is where you stand. What type of lineup do you typically build, and where does it typically rank? I do this through 100-person contests, whether they're 100-man 50-50s or 100-man leagues or GPPs, whatever. And I'm just trying to track my percentage. I want to know typically where I fall in. Am I building typically top half lineups, top third, top 20%, top 10%, whatever? And I'm going to start allocating my contest selection around that, where I typically land, as I grow and develop as a player. So let me show you really quickly, going back into the last, say, month or 2 months or whatever. Let's go back through some numbers and show the contests that I've entered, the percentages that I've finished in. You can see some very, very bad ones, and you can see some very, very good ones here all at the same time. Over almost 100 contests, 55 of them I finished in the top 50, 33 in the top 30, 20 in the top 20, 9 in the top 10, 8 in the top 5. 4 times I won it outright. Okay? Now, if I'm in a 50-50, 55% of the time, or 64% of the time, excuse me, I'm winning money. I'm profitable. Okay? So I should be putting my contests in these 50-50s. Now the question becomes, which form of 50-50 would I use? Should I be in head-to-heads, or should I be in 100-man 50-50s? And really and truly, that's going to come down to how you believe, how risk averse you are in terms of your winning and your losing. If you're a little bit more of a boom or bust player, or if you're on a very, very small budget, you might prefer the 50-50, because you're playing versus 100 people. And if you finish in the top half, you get paid double, and if you finish in the bottom half, you lose it all. That's a little bit risky, a little bit more boom or bust. But if you're on a smaller budget, I believe that's the better way to go, because it gets you access to more unique lineups, which is what's going to use that volume to mitigate your risk or mitigate your volatility. If you typically build a top 50% lineup, you're going to win more of those than you lose over time. Okay, I use this analogy a lot when it comes to golf, where if I dropped one ball on the green from 50 feet and I had Tiger Woods with me from 50 feet, and I putted once and he putted once, and we had $100 on the line, well, I can beat him any given time. And that's more of a head-to-head type battle. More of a 50-50 type of battle would be if we dropped 100 golf balls and played for $1 a ball. Now, let's not, put the cart before the horse. Tiger Woods is going to beat me over 100 putts, right? More than 50% of the time, right? But I'm going to beat him a couple of times, so I'm going to at least get some of my money back. That would be kind of the difference between a 50-50 and a head-to-head. In a 50-50, it would be, okay, whoever wins more than 50 putts is going to be the winner, and he gets all of the money, all $100. But a head-to-head would be 100 putts for $1. I might get $3 back or $5 back if I'm going up against Tiger Woods. But if I'm going up against somebody else who's not as good as me, I might get $60 back. I might get $70 back. I don't know. What I do know is if I'm good at putting, I've got a good chance with anybody. And if I have the skill advantage, I want lots and lots and lots and lots of putts, because that guy that I'm putting against might win 3 in a row on me. And if he does, that's great. Over a course of 100 putts, I've still got room to recover. If you're battling 100 different lineups in one of these 100-man 50-50s, you might have 3 or 4 guys with a better score than you, but they're not going to keep you from winning money. So how do we translate that down into head-to-heads? Well, in a head-to-head, you need volume. You need to be able to play a lot of different opponents, because if you have a skill advantage, you can't have a 380 score in the NBA tonight lose to a 400 score for $100, right? You'd rather play 100 different people for $1 each, and then that 400, okay, so I lost one. I won the others. Same thing. If you're at a skill disadvantage, you might not want to be in those. Because while it is easier to beat one person, if I took on 100 of them, I'm not going to beat 50 of those guys. If I was playing head-to-heads because I wanted to kind of get lucky for my skill advantage, I would play in a very, very small volume of them at higher dollars. I'd probably play instead of 100 of them for $1 each. I might play in one of them for $100 in hopes that I catch you tonight, in hopes that my putt goes in and Tiger Woods misses his one single putt. So on that smaller side, you can get, I mean, I can score a 125 and still beat somebody tonight. Just like I can score a 380 and lose to somebody tonight. That smaller volume in head-to-heads is going to lead to more volatility. And cash games, what we're trying to do is reduce our volatility and realize our return on investment. Hopefully we're profitable players over the long run, over time. And it doesn't even go from slate to slate to slate. Let's say tonight I only play 10 head-to-heads, which would be my minimum recommendation for anybody. If you're not playing at least $10 head-to-heads, 10 $1 head-to-heads, you probably need to be in 50-50s. That's just my threshold. Now, that said, let's say I was playing 10 tonight and I lose. Okay, that doesn't mean I'm not a profitable player. I could play 10 tomorrow night, 10 the next night, 10 the next night, 10 the next night, 10 the next night, and start accumulating 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 100, 200, 300, 400, and head-to-head contests. If at the end of the year I'm profitable, who gives a crap what my winning streaks and losing streaks were? I'm profitable. You can use your cash games that way if you get your head right. You can also use double ups that way if you, or 50-50s if you play in a bunch of them. $1 a night for 100 nights is 100 50-50 contests, and if you place in more than 60 of them, if you win more than half of them or win more than 60% of them, who cares? You were profitable. Who cares if you lost 12 in a row at some point? These are the things we talk about at dfsarmy.com. These are the things that we answer your questions and that we help get your mind right so that you can then venture out into the DFS industry and profit, or build your fundamentals, build your skills, build your contest selection, build your bankroll management, and start becoming a better player. Start becoming a more somebody who's catering to your skill set type of player, putting your dollar where it is most likely to succeed for you. Treat this as an investment, not just a hobby. And that's what we do at dfsarmy.com. Hopefully this helped. If it did, like or subscribe to the video. Pass me around on social media. Greatest compliment ever. And hopefully I see a lot of you guys clicking the link and joining DFS Army to get your questions answered as we walk through these DFS minutes from time to time. Take care, guys. Hopefully we see you guys tomorrow.